Okay. Okay. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 375. I never thought I would get this far at this number. 375. I'm like, damn. This number. Like, the last time I reached this number for any show I've done for this channel was my Comic Corner. I think I reached that back in oh my gosh, like 2014, I think it was. I reached it. Yes, 2014. I think so. I think it was 2014. Yeah, it was a long time ago. That was the last 375. I would have thought One Piece would hit this far. But no, this show did. Because I kept reviewing like crazy. Especially this year, I'm going through a lot of Sentai this year. Like, as of now, I'm going to discuss basically episodes 40 and 51. I want to talk about this. I forgot to mention before, I have currently 12 Sentai left. Just 12. You're like, really? 12. Yep, I do. And yes, I know the year is almost over. It's got a few months left. Do I think I might be able to finish all the Sentai this year? It might be close. Cutting really, really close. But I highly doubt it. I think I'll probably finish up by some point next year, probably, when I put Sentai completely behind me and just focus on reviewing Boom Boom Ranger, which is the newest Sentai right now. Like, I might be caught up with that one, or I could be starting the next Sentai, which they have not reviewed what Sentai that is yet. Yep. And no, this is not the final episode. I still got more Sentai reviews. Don't worry about that. So, for this particular one, we're discussing the last 3 episodes of Gokaiger. Episodes 49 to 51. Yes, for this rewatch, I did not go through all the episodes. Some of the episodes, yes. Mostly I went through tribute episodes. Yes, those of you curious, I did not review episode 1. Because basically this is quite interesting. Like, in a way, I have technically reviewed a lot of the series. Like, here's where I reviewed of the previous episodes. I basically reviewed, thanks to this review, I have done episodes 2 through 3, 5, 8 through 9, 11, 12, 14, 17, 20, 23, 25, 26. Excuse me, 20 to 33, 37 to 40. Well, actually, 37 up to the 48. So now, I had viewed some of the series already. Like, I have reviewed episode 7, thanks to Gakkai Ranger. I know 35 and 36 I reviewed, thanks to, going through something like, Gokaiger. Yep. So, of the 51 episodes for this rewatch, I have technically, in a way, re-reviewed the series, kind of. I would say most of it. Not all of it. The main reason why, because I had gone through all these era Sentai, and I figured now would be a good time to go through the tribute episodes. Yes. Yes, indeed. And I've had a lot of fun doing this. The only problem I have with this is it just felt like it took a while. It took me about a week to get through all these episodes. Yes. Okay, so, like I mentioned, I had reviewed prior to this rewatch some of the episodes, not all of them. Okay, I'm about to get close here. Alright. Here we go. The ones I had previously reviewed have been the Gakkai Ranger one, which is basically episode 7. Let's see. 21, because that was Gokaiger, obviously. Was there anyone I did do? Well, I did do 35 and 36. Okay. And I did 45 and 46. So, out of 51 episodes I had previously reviewed, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 6. 6 out of 51, which means I would have 45 left. But with this rewatch, I went through basically these episodes I did not review. I did not review episode 1, 4, 10, 13, 15, 16, 22, 27, I did not do 24 either. 30. I did not do 34, obviously. Yeah, 34 was the last one I did not do. So, but basically with this rewatch, I went through. Let's see. 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 4. That's 12. 13, 14, 15. Plus 6, that is 23. Plus like 12. That's like 35 episodes. Yep. 35. Plus, of course, these 3. That brings to 38. So, thanks to this rewatch, I went through 38 episodes. 38. And overall, I had basically, well, kind of in a way, left to review, if I want to rewatch this thing, is, like I said, episode 1, 4, 6, 10, 13, 15, 16, 22, 24, 27, and 34. That's it. So overall, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Overall, technically, there's 10 left. I could go through these episodes, but I'm not going to. I may come back to the future. Who knows? But I have thoroughly enjoyed reviewing these episodes. But let's talk about these last 3, and I'll give my more thoughts on this thing. So in 49, well, they got all the powers. They got everything. So now it's Phil Navi can open a door, can create a door to where the greatest treasure in the universe is. And they try opening some switch. Nope. So they do is they open the chest of the Ranger keys, and then Navi transforms into the very door, and then they just grab Red Ranger keys and like all these locks, thanks to symbols associated with their team, and then they find the greatest treasure in the universe. This triangle thing looks like it's pulled out of Legend of Zelda, and like, oh yeah, I can grant your greatest wish, which is the greatest Zenkai Empire. Make it wipe out. Make it never happen. All you have to do, let me do, is to erase Sentai from history. And it seems like they're all gung-ho in doing this. And then Doc gets hesitation doing this. Yes, he gets hesitation. Which is shocking. The guy would that Doc would basically be doing this, and not Guy. Guy loves the Super Sentai. Why would he want to erase him? Well, they can't pawn it any longer because they're attacked by the Zenkiak. Well, mostly Isser and her forces. Because their whole thing is they reveal at the 40, like, oh yeah, they're getting reinforcements. And the whole thing is just based on her. So she goes out in a giant mech, and they beat it after a little while. Of course, other one of these blue guys, they fight him, and then destroy it. And then, of course, well, then she fights him on the ground, which she loses. Now, in Power Rangers, she asks basically them to grow giant size. And the guy's like, nope, why would I do that for? In Sentai, she never says that. She never asked to go giant size. She's a scientist. She's not a warrior. Yeah, not a warrior, so there's no reason for her to do this at all. So then she dies. And Dora's like, thank you for your distraction. Now let's have the Armada attack everybody. Yeah, so lucky enough, they go back into their Zords, and then they... Actually, the episode ends being attacked, and they go into their Zords, where they basically eviscerate a good chunk of the fleet, and everyone's like, ha ha, that's not the only ships I got. Here's more. And their ships get wrecked. And the Gokaiger is damaged. The Gokaiger drill disappears. Like, it's exploded, but well, I remember when I showed in the movie, which I'll talk about that later, like, it comes back. Oh, don't worry, it does, so we don't have to worry about that. So they all get separated. So then Guy saves after the ground is attacked after the city is attacked by the Zinkiak. So Guy saves a woman who's under a beam, and then he runs into Mammoth Ranger. Yes, Gouki. First time he's been seen outside of his suit since Zooanger. Yes, so at this point, yeah, by the way, that aired in 92. This was 2012. This is the first time he's been seen in 20 years in Sentai. Not counting basically Sentai World, because that was just a suit. But yeah, interesting, he pops up here. He's not the only one who returns this episode. Oh no, then we have Luke and Aham run into, get this, the lady, her daughter, her two daughters from the Go-Go 5 Trip episode. I'm like, that's interesting. And then you have Doc and Joe see Dr. Akashi from Gokaiger, which I think this was his final appearance. And around this scene, we see Yuka from Magiranger in her final appearance in the franchise. And she's slightly aged, even though it's only been like about 6-7 years. Yeah, it's quite interesting, the fact that she returns here. Like, it was shocking to see them. And, well... Oh, by the way, this episode 14 I forgot to mention, it was turned out to, like, several people. Like... They basically have, like, they have guest appearance by Heba, the second Bald Eagle, Change Griffin, Green Flash, Black Mask Man, and 5 Yellow. You're thinking, 5 Yellow? Yeah, it's the second one for 5. It's the one for 5 Man. Yeah, she's here. Older. Yeah, but she's here. Like, and yeah, it's shocking to see these people here. And they're the ones give blessing for the powers. Yep. Oh yeah, and in the case for the aside from Mammoth Ranger and a few others. Yeah. It's sad the fact that Yuka basically, also they have in this episode where they pretty much in the way lead to destruction of, well, the Doria, and of course, well... Yeah. And then, of course, and he's destroyed immediately at the start of basically the first episode, started the final episode. But they can't use the Gokaiger. So, then... So... They take a very away, and then like they're about to be attacked by the Zinkiak ships after they defeat the Doron, basically the guard, and then they're saved by the Free Joker. They're like, wait a minute, is this Bosco's ship? Yeah, where the heck it's been is completely unknown. Somehow now they found the ship, piloted it, so Marvelous and Guy proceed to fly up to the ship, use it to ram into the gigantic horse ship. So they go in, and they bust up the grunts, And then, like, yeah, basically the Emperor is like, oh, they're basically like, oh, they're intruders. And then, like, all of a sudden, oh crap, they basically broke into the freaking bridge. Well, they're basically eviscerating the troops, and you have Guy basically just landing the blows on him, like, seriously. And then Marva's like, oh, do. Bye bye, Armada. Yeah, uses the flagship to destroy the entire Armada. And if Blue Switch is like, how dare you? And then, of course, he proceeds to, like, I can deflect your attacks. And Marva's like, I'm not aiming at you. I'm aiming at your computer. Boom! Just basically damaged. And then he's knocked into the damn thing. And then they jump off out of the ship while it's crashing. Where they, by the way, they used by transferring the Decamaster, Zybon, who gets really crushed because he's basically a sword. The Princess Circular and Magi Mother. Yeah. Yeah. So then, of course, like, oh, like, they beat the Emperor, the ship's destroyed. Is everything over? And like, oh crap, we're only 10 minutes in, and there's 14 minutes left. Well, here's the Emperor alive and well, somehow surviving the destruction of his own freaking ship. Like, he has no ships, no men, it's all him. And it was like, we're gonna beat you with all the Sentai who beat your ship before. So then we have a montage, starting from the original Red Ranger, Aka Red, Abba Red actually, the one who's the Red Ranger, Go Ranger, and they go through every single Sentai they use to beat him, and finally, he is destroyed with a Gokai blaster at point blank range. And of course, Guy just happens to bring this out of nowhere, and they destroy him, and he's done. Although with Great Treasure, they basically destroy it. So then right afterwards, they just relax. Oh, don't die. It's like, oh, they're fine. And then some months later, the Snack Safari returns. Yes. You think you wait. The Snack Safari. Yeah, this is the place where some Vulcan hang out. Yeah, somehow was able to rebuilt. And they eat some food. Like, oh crap, he have that much food. Like, who is Goku? And we see that we have the teachers from the first episode. So I'm like, can we get autographs? Like, oh, nah. And then, of course, they have the terrific moment. Oh, crap. I'll be right back. Apologies about that. I had to go. Alright, so basically, so then they decide to return the Sentai powers that they spent all season gathering. Of course, they already had a lot of Ranger keys anyways, so they just return the powers because they're done. Because final episode, of course, Ever gets the powers back, and these fine people are seen getting their powers back. And they are Hybrid from Sun Vulcan, Remy from 5-Man, Soji and Kozu of Die Rangers. Yes, basically. So we have, as of this point for this this episode, you had 3 out of the 6 Die Rangers appear in this series, which is interesting. We have Goshi making a second, and I think this was his last appearance in the franchise for all. The actor, I'm sure, I think it's soon return. We also see Shu Kasumi. First time we've seen him that I could think of, probably since the Time Ranger and Go-Go 5 crossover, which that's interesting. Hoka. Now, this is interesting for her. This is the first time she's been seen since the end of Magi Ranger. Yes. And here's the thing. Would she return? Yes. Believe it or not, she would return. The actress did. Yes. After this episode, the next time we saw her was, get this, and this might surprise you. The next time we see the actress is on to Hero Mama League in 2018. That was the next time we saw her. 7 years after this. They also returned to Mew. First time since the I think this is the first time she's seen since the Go-Onger Shuriken crossover. But she will return after this in the 10th anniversary of Go-Onger. And then the actor's never seen again in the franchise that I could think of. No, nothing I could think of. Great that she came back here. Yeah, at this point, it had been like about just a couple years. Yes. I find it quite interesting, the fact that she will return. Like, because she returned for the 10-year Grand Prix in 2018, which I think this was also her final appearance in the franchise, the actress bid. Yeah, she's mentioned a couple other times, but the Sue appears, but she doesn't. Nope. Yeah. And then we have this weird scene where we see Doggy Kruger and Signal Man from Car Ranger. Now that is interesting because there is a reason why Signal Man is standing next to Doggy Kruger. According to the actor who played Doug Kruger, the Sentai version, apparently Deca Base kept Signal Man's body for the past year at Deca Base because it's implied he died. Yes. So, yeah, because they kind of retconned it here that Planet Police basically space the basically the space police and the Galactic Patrol all under the same umbrella. Yes, and it was due by the actor. The reason why, because they. But this is interesting for Signal Man, because this is really interesting for him, because this is the first time he's been seen since the end of Car Ranger. You're like, really? Yes, really. Well, technically, this was the last time we saw him was actually in 30th anniversary, but that was a flashback. But in present day, yeah, this was pretty much the first time we've seen him. Now, would this be his final appearance in the franchise? No. Not really. Believe it or not, his next appearance will not be until Super Sentai Strongest Battle 1. Yes, that will be his next appearance. And that will be, sadly, his last appearance in the franchise. Yes, this mini-series that aired in just a few years ago, which I plan to watch this one when I finish listening to the air before it. I do find it interesting that this one thing will be his final appearance, but That's not the only Sentai we see here. We also see Toshia Keijo, Akira Ranger from Go Ranger. Yes. Here's kind of the thing. This was the first time this actor has appeared since the end of Go Ranger. Yes, you could say, oh, didn't he appear also for Go Ranger versus Super Sentai versus Jack? Yes, but the suit did. He did not. None of the, from what I've heard, none of the actors, except for the one who played the Yellow Ranger. Yeah, the one who played the one who was the Yellow Ranger, which was who was the Yellow Ranger? Kyo Ranger. Yeah, because his actor recorded some lines, new lines in the movie, and that was sadly the last time we saw the guy because, well, the character, the suit returned afterwards, but not the actor. Oh no, the actor who played Kyo Ranger from Go Ranger, he sadly committed suicide. Because he couldn't handle being a celebrity. That was simply the reason for it. And it's nice to see this actor back again. I'm sure he's done other stuff since, well... Of course, yes, he previously appeared in the Operating, but as the Red Ranger, he technically, well, he did appear for the first episode of Go Ranger, but in person, I think that probably he would technically make 2 more appearances after this, sadly, and that would be it for him. Oh, you see him transform into Alba Ranger, and of course, everyone flies off to, like, oh yeah, let's find the second greatest treasure in the universe at the Zinkiak homeworld. And that is a lead-in into their team up with Go Busters. Yes, indirectly this will be fault in the Go Busters versus Gokaiger movie. Which, of course, they run into the Emperor's nephew who's trying to reignite the Empire. Yeah. But, overall, an amazing series. Okay, so, my little history with the series is that I originally watched the series back in 2016. I did it for I think it was my 7th episode, I believe, so yes. I had watched the whole thing, some of the Sentai, and because of this very series, I got interested in a lot of Sentai I was going to do, and then... Like, I was so burnt out at one point, at the start of 2017, I was so burnt out watching so much Sentai. I need a long break. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of Sentai. So I took a break for about 3 years, and then briefly brought it back in 2020, and then brought it back full time in 2021. And now we're here in 2024, and now I've pretty much finished up, like, 36 series right now. And in case you're curious, though, what number was this one original? I originally watched this one. It was the 7th. Yep, the 7th series I ever watched. Yeah. But of course, in the case of the Deca Rangers, I will be seeing them again in the Deca Ranger anniversary movie, which that will be 2 episodes from this one. The very next episode, I will be discussing the Hurricane Ranger 10th anniversary movie. When I get a chance to watch it, but yeah. So with that, now when I come back to the series, like I said, not into the future. So right now, I am putting Gokaiger behind me. I will revisit Gokaiger, not the main series per se. In movies, yes, there are TV movies, but I'd rather watch them when I watch the actual shows that they're part of. So I'll watch at that point. Yes. Of course, yes, that the Emperor himself did return for tension, and then he got killed off again. Where they followed the fact that he was... See, they brought him back, and we have Marvelous be a new leader of the Zinkiak Empire. So, they reference basically the fact that that his son basically is an idiot, and that movie was the first and only time that father and son were seen on screen together in Sentai, and then they get killed off again. Yep. But like I said, enjoy the series, and I personally cannot wait to discuss mine after the two movies. Yes. Now, like I said, after the watch. Now, here's the thing. So, after I watched the two movies, Cinemaverse movies for Hurricane and Decorator, which I was waiting until I watched the two episodes of this one because the main reason why I didn't jump to these movies just yet because of Deca Bright and basically the Sentai characters members who appeared in the Bokanger vs. Super movie. That was the main reason why I delayed doing these trivia episodes for a while, and that's why I didn't do one for quite a long time. And now they're all done. Yes, basically we do have a tribute to 40, 45, but I won't have it for quite a while. Now, you might be curious, though, for the order of, like, Sentai. Now, the 40th season is Zooager. Won't be for quite a while. Yes. So, it might happen soon, but who knows. But the next Sentai is, Kyu Ranger. Yes, the Sentai that was loosely adapted for Cosmic Fury. I'll get to that after I watch these next two series. Well after I watch these two series, which the next two series watching first will be Ultra 7, which I have been really anticipating watching this one, and Spielbahn, a Metal Hero series, which is the first one I watched since January. Which I do appreciate the fact I've gone through a lot of Sentai that basically this year. Like, in case you're curious, though, like, how much Sentai have I gone through just in this very year? Well, let's see. At this point, by the way, we're in August right now. Yes, we're in August. So, the first Sentai I watched at the start of this very year. Hang on. Was in the case of Kaka Ranger, that was one that kind of started the year up, but that was continuing from the first fresh Sentai I watched this year was Hurricaneger. That was the very first one I watched. And I watched Hurricaneger, Go Busters, Abba, Abba, Abba Ranger. Deca Ranger. Magi Ranger. So overall this year I've gone through 5 Sentai. You're thinking, really? 5 Sentai? You're like, what? 5? Yes. I've gone through officially 5 Sentai this year. I'm not counting this one because this was basically a rewatch. So, excuse me. I think for Comrade I've gotten through about 1 or 2. Let's see. I know Metal Heroes I've gone through at least 2. For Kamen Rider, let's see. Just this year? Ah. I did start one, but I dropped that one after a little while. So, technically I started 2, but I only went through 1. Yeah, I've only officially gone through 1 Kamen Rider series. Yes, I'll be going back to Kamen Rider really soon, but that will basically, that will depend. That'll basically happen at some point. That'll be happening. That's O's. That will happen after the next Sentai I'm going to go through. That's the order basically I've decided. Where Order 7, Spillbond, Kill Ranger, and then O's. That's basically the order. But first, before I do anything else, I got 2 anime to watch. The first one being Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. That's next. And then after that, it will be Our Last Crusade of the Rise of a New World, which I have an announcement later of that one. Yes. A very sad announcement. So, until you see those 2 videos, bye.